What is happening, everybody? Welcome to the Social Media Suck Show. I'm your host, Sebastian Rusk. As always, hey, welcome to the show. Do you know about that jump, man? This week, I'm really excited. I've got the very, very talented and very, very beautiful Sunny D in the house. What up, Sunny?
Not much. Thanks for having me. I'm stoked to be here.
I'm stoked to finally get you on the show. You are a busy girl. You're quite the world traveler.
A little bit. It's been a little bit busy, a little crazy for the last couple months, but I'm really happy I'm here.
I always say busy beats unemployment, you know?
Absolutely.
So you and I first met during the Taste the Change campaign via Vinny Landino and Brian Fanzo. I think I proposed to you on Periscope. That might have been one of the first social media proposals. And then we totally just rocked it out with the Taste the Change campaign and live streaming. Me knowing you and you knowing me is another great example of live streaming really bringing our community even closer together. Sometimes we've heard of one another. Sometimes we haven't heard of one another. Sometimes we're so stoked that we did. Sometimes we're like, whoa. Yeah. But in any event, it's great to have you on the show and talk about how we can monetize our message. I think that's like the number one posed question with all this social media stuff coming on the rise here. Well, I want to say over the last 11 years, I guess, if you want to call that old. But I think people are taking social media serious now. And now that they take it serious, they obviously want to figure out how to monetize that. So we'll get into that. But first, and if you're just joining us, thanks so much. This is the best show on Blab. I really appreciate that. What the junk? What the junk? Hey, what the junk? I really appreciate that. This is our fifth show, I think, our fourth show. But it's the best show on Blab. I'm going with her. Thanks so much. If you guys haven't had a chance to share this with your people, go ahead and do that. We're going to talk about how to monetize your message, videos, social media, some Taste the Change candor. We'll have some guests joining us later on in the show. And, of course, we're going to be opening up that hot seat so you can chit-chat and ask Sunny D any questions that you may have. Maybe you got some tips, tricks, or tools about my bow tie. This is a social media sourced bow tie. All I did was post a picture on Instagram like 3 years ago, and Perry Ellis responded back. And I talked about their spring collection and bow ties, and they're like, how'd you know? And I'm like, I didn't, but I just talk about bow ties. And 2 weeks later, 5 bow ties from the new spring collection showed up at my doorstep, and I was like, what? So
social media.
Yeah, in this case, social media does not suck. So, Sunny, everybody's got a story. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yours? How did you rise to fame?
How did I rise to fame? Wouldn't say I've risen to fame. I feel like you're always kind of working towards being the best and being a leader in your field. But this last year has been pretty incredible for me. And I've been at this for 5 years. So I come from a broadcasting background. I was a journalist and went to broadcasting school and ended up reporting.
Clearly.
Pardon?
Clearly, with that lighting.
With this lighting on fleek.
Yes.
And I ended up doing the 2010 Winter Olympics, and I thought that was my main goal. I was really young, and I got to live in Whistler, and I was like, hey, I've made it. And then when I did it, I realized that there was a big trend towards people wanting to not only be broadcasted to, but to have a dialogue and to be engaged in the content that was coming at them. That was in 2010. And social media was just starting to gain a little bit of traction. I don't even think I had a Facebook account back then, but I started to notice that this trend was picking up steam. And so I really thought to myself, okay, I like this traditional broadcasting stuff, but what if I could incorporate it into this new online space? So I actually started a blog, started an online magazine. There was a lot of video content involved with it, and ran that for about a year. It ended up doing quite well. And out of that, fell in love with the digital space and started a consultancy. And it's really been a great little business ever since. It's been mostly word of mouth. I don't even have a real website. My website is launching on November 1st. And I've had the opportunity to work with some really amazing companies. I did a YouTube series with Hootsuite last year called Social Update that I partnered with them on, and we would introduce new hot topics in social media every week and kind of give people and practitioners the breakdown of what they needed to know in bite-sized formats. And then Applebee's this summer, and then tech startups, authors, entrepreneurs, CEOs, everything over the years. So I love what I do. And my business is mainly focused on social and video, helping you build your brand and monetize your message.
And are you doing the production of the video, or is that on the client side and you're doing more of the strategy and execution?
I do both. Mainly it's high-level strategy. That's kind of my forte. But for all of my videos, I also have a YouTube channel. I post new YouTube videos every Tuesday. A new one just came out today, and it's got my little Snapchat.
What can you drop a link there in the comments so the folks can subscribe?
Yes, of course. It's got my little Snapchat secrets and tricks in the newest video that came out today. And so for all of my videos, I do everything from start to finish. I write it, edit it, do everything. When it's more higher level content, then I tend to outsource it. But yeah, I mean, I've always loved being involved in every step. So it's just what I love to do.
What do you use?
Oh, I've used all different kinds of things. I use a few different apps on my phone, like iMovie, for example. And then I've also worked with Final Cut or Adobe, and a few other options as well. But
I totally just clicked out of my own show because I was
like, where'd you go? Am I that boring?
I was going to subscribe to your YouTube channel. That's a good reason to leave my own show, isn't it?
That is a good reason to leave your own show.
Hey, the link's right there in the comments, friends. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to Sunny D's YouTube channel, you're missing out. She's awesome on camera. Her and Sexy Savvy Social take the absolute cake when it comes to YouTubing in 2015. You guys are incredible on camera.
Thank you.
What was I going to say? Oh, I'm new to Snapchat, so I'm going to go watch that video.
Yeah.
So I'm going to snap right now. What up, snappers? I'm live with Sunny D on the Social Media Suck Show. I don't even think I follow Sunny D, but that's going to change right now. All right, so
yeah, Snapchat's pretty incredible. I did a Snapchat tutorial, I think it was 2 months ago now, and it's my highest viewed video. It's got almost 200,000 views on it. There's definitely a lot of intrigue into that platform. So yeah, it's been.
Yeah, well, I didn't get it at first. My 14-year-old says, "Dad, it's everything," but buying everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't get it for a long time. I don't know if Brian Fanzo's in here, but we had a really funny conversation when we were in Milwaukee for Taste the Change, and we both were like, we really didn't get Snapchat at all. It was kind of embarrassing to admit it, but I was hesitant to join for a long time, and I publicly would say it's stupid. It's just a self-involved, fun little platform and whatever, but I now fully understand the brand benefits of using it for sure.
I mean, there's just some stellar execution being done by brands on it. I really like the quick tidbits. Here's what I do not like, and it definitely fuels the narcissism in us. And I say us because we're all taking selfies and we're all posting and we're all, I thought about it yesterday. Someone says, what does someone say when they want to brag about themselves? It's like humble brag. That's such an oxymoron. If you think about it, I mean, granted, I understand life's milestones come along and we get new opportunities and launch new products and businesses. And that stuff is to be commendable and within our community. I understand that. But how do you effectively communicate that is what I find as I post another link to my agency, right? I mean, I'm just as guilty. But the reason I'm as guilty is because I figure, everybody else is doing it. And I mean, again, that obviously that just adds to the noise. That doesn't lessen it. So
I do think the humble brag is a real thing, and I do think it's an oxymoron. And I've said this so many times, but I'm a big advocate for only producing content when it has some sort of value to add to somebody's life. So whether that's a little inspirational tidbit or a behind the scenes story of what it took to launch a product or get your website out or something like that. And yes, it's a story about yourself, but at the same time, other people can relate to it. So I think it always has to be relevant in order for people to care. So it may seem like it's narcissistic or like you're constantly talking about yourself, but I think as long as you're always thinking about what your audience or what your community is going to get out of it, then it's not as bad.
Well, I've been posed that question a lot. Turn the light back on there. I couldn't Snapchat with the light on, but I do look a little bit better in the light there. I've been asked that question a lot lately, and I'm challenged. I've been at this thing for 5.5 years. Yeah, almost. And, being an entrepreneur has its peaks and valleys. It is not for the faint at heart, and it is no joke.
Yeah.
And I sincerely say that to everybody watching this right now. And if you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, if you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, you better be ready, because it will buckle you to your knees more days than none. But the payoff and the freedom and the flexibility and the financial benefits and the relationships, et cetera, are awesome. So get your entrepreneur on. Anyway, entrepreneur rant over there. But as I continue to get asked this question, what's happened there? Yo. People are saying hello there. Hi there. How are you guys? Miss Boomy Benjamin. Boomy Benjamin, you were in the PRSA event in West Palm Beach. What's up? What's happening? I'm getting people that I met in real life that I meet online, not like the opposite. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, 10 years ago, if you said you were following me, I'd call the police. Yeah.
Exactly. Totally.
Absolutely. So people keep asking me who's your audience, Sebastian? And I am challenged with that question, Sonny, because of the fact that social media is so broad. I mean, could you imagine the if you had to sit and list all the projects that you've worked on over the past 5 years? I mean, it's been everything from Applebee's to a hydraulic company that was older than I was, that was just old, like all kinds of different stuff where they're like, listen, we know this stuff is relevant and we need to understand it. And that's the thing about social media. I think it's very comparable to sales. Sales is not something that you learn or something that you do. I believe it's a psychology that you adapt. And I believe sales can mold to anything. So that was my starting point, sales and social media, customer service and social media. So I don't know how to define it other than the fact that my ideal client, the person that fits inside my box, the brand that fits inside my box, is somebody that gets excited about my bow tie and excited about what I'm doing, and they get social media.
Totally.
Would it be safe to say that would be an ideal client?
I mean, I think an ideal client is excited about it and gets it. And I think in the last year, particularly for me, I've been lucky enough to be able to turn people down when they immediately in a meeting are saying, I don't get it. I don't get the value of the Facebook or the Twitter. Like,
well, first of all, it's not the Twitter, ma'am. Right? Let's start there.
I don't really get the value of you. So bye, Felicia.
Right, exactly. Bye, Felipe. Bye, Felipe.
I mean, I've worked with a lot of people where you have to convert them, and the amount of time and energy that takes is really
exhausting,
frustrating, and it's exhausting. And sometimes that's still necessary. And you know what? I do really get a lot of satisfaction out of those aha moments where I see people go, oh, I get why it's valuable. I totally understand it. So I like that challenge, but I think you also have to be very conscious of who you're working with, for sure.
Lincoln, I'm trying to do a show here, dude. My goodness. Oh, it's just the UPS guy. Lincoln, what are you going to do? Even if somebody was breaking in here, he'd offer somebody a drink. Lincoln, you want to be on the show? You got to come over here. That's Lincoln Doodle. No one's ever seen Lincoln Doodle. You can follow him on Instagram.
Of course you can. Of course you can.
At Lincoln Doodle. He's amazing. He's a golden doodle.
Oh, my God.
That makes him half a poodle. Lincoln, come on. Let's just make a cameo appearance real quick. Come on. Yeah, buddy. All right. Sorry, Sonny.
On the show. No, it's all good.
My show.
I'm so curious. I don't think I've ever seen
so
your dog. Oh my God.
My name is Lincoln Doodle. Hi, everybody.
Oh my God.
Wow. Could someone please screenshot this?
That is incredible. I'm going to screenshot it right now.
Is he amazing or what? He's really awesome. He is 2.
Oh.
And we got him right when he was a baby, right?
Huge.
He's the best ever. He's a little fluffy, and he's going in for a cut this weekend because he's a little fluffy. But
I like his hair.
Yay! Say hey, everybody. All right, I'm going to go back to the couch. So thanks, Lincoln. You never let me down, buddy. Was that the first dog on Blab?
Perhaps.
All right. So that was just station identification real quick with Lincoln Doodle there. Speaking of that, if you guys are tuning in right now, speaking of station identification, you have absolutely no idea who I am or Sunny D. My name is Sebastian Rusk. I am a social media strategist, and I wrote a book called Social Media Sucks if you don't know what you're doing. And this is the Social Media Sucks show. It happens each and every week, Tuesdays at 1 p.m. And I have awesome guests like my co-host next to me.
There you go.
Sunny D, and we're talking about how to monetize your message. That's what she focuses on, with a huge emphasis on social media and video. Sunny and I had a chance to connect over the Taste the Change campaign with Applebee's a couple of months back, and we've just been besties ever since. So once again, thanks for taking time to hang out with us today and be on the show, Sunny. You are awesome.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Let's see if we have any questions going through here real quick. There's such a big market. Thanks for that. I need to keep that. How do I save one of those little comments? Can you tweet me that there, Boomy Benjamin? All right. There's such a big market of people that know these are important elements to a successful business, but also know that they don't have time to learn and execute a strategy. And that is an absolute accurate point there, Wu-Tang. Oh, what you know about the Wu-Tang Bunny? The Wu-Tang Tiger style. So that is so true. And I'm sure you run into this on a daily basis, as I do, Sunny. I know I need to do it. I should be doing it. I just wrote an article about this last week. I should be doing it. No, you must be doing it. Yeah. But no one can find the time to execute, nor can they figure out or justify the budget, because it's that marathon. It's not that quick. Oh, well, if I hire Sebastian or Sunny and we put together a social strategy and videos, that doesn't mean overnight success. That means that you're in the race and you have the opportunity to at least compete with whoever's in the race, big guys and small guys. What's your typical response? Not when I don't have time for that, because again, that goes back to selling people, but where's the real, I think you can create a pain point with that. And I just haven't figured out exactly which one it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if there's an easy answer to that. But for me, usually how I respond is, do you have time to make money? Because
right.
You're going to need to use this in order to actually bring in more revenue. And that really goes back to my whole theme of, monetizing your message. And that's based off of the fact that if people don't trust you, they're not going to buy from you. So social media is the best possible way. We always hear this, to humanize your brand. And what better way to do that than to actually build real relationships with your audience, and also have the opportunity to find new members of your audience before they have to find you. And that's what you can do on social media as well, using different categories and tools and niches and all those kinds of things. So that's generally my response. And it's just, on a customer service level, I always find it so crazy that social media is now the #1 place that people go if they have a complaint or if they have a compliment about your brand. So if you don't have somebody monitoring that, you're missing out on so many opportunities to have either damage control or to just further build your relationship with that customer, whether it's with a small little reward or just acknowledging them and saying thank you, because that's really all it is about at the end of the day. It's about acknowledging people and building those relationships. So. Sure. So I think that it's a long answer, but I have that conversation a lot, and I think anybody who works in the space has that conversation a lot, and that's usually how I answer it.
That's a great answer. I couldn't have said it better. I mean, I definitely wouldn't have. I tend to not. I get out of the convincing game. I stopped, and I talked about this on the last week on the show. I stopped attempting to convince people. Number one, because it makes my blood pressure go up, and number two, I sat down with Gary Vee like in 2011, I think, or maybe it was 2000. No, it was 2013. Maybe, I don't know, whenever the Thank You economy came out. And I asked him that question. I'm like, so Gary, what do you say to skeptics? And he's like, I don't give a shit about those people. And I'm like, all right, good. Me neither. And that was really like, that was pretty straightforward. And it wasn't in a negative way. It was just like, I don't even spend time entertaining a conversation because there's too many people out there that do get it. And I couldn't agree with that more.
And I truly do think that everybody will get it in their own time. And it's unfortunate for the people that are going to get it a year or 2 or 5 from now. But they'll get it eventually. And I think you have to realize that it's not your job to convince people, and all you can do is educate them. And whether or not they choose to take that education is their own choice. So that's how I did it.
Yeah, I thought about that one quote. It's like, it's not your job to what's it called? But like, it talks about something different, but I just thought about filling it in with, it's not your job to convince people that social media works. You're not the jackass whisperer,
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
That's a meme waiting to happen right there.
Love that.
Sure. All right, let's see here. If you believe in customer service, you need to believe in social media. You tell them, Josh. Make sure you provide value. Make sure your message covers at least one of the E's: empower, educate, or entertain, and then build from there. I like empower, educate, and entertain. I also like motivate, differentiate, and I forget the third one. Total.
So curious.
Motivate, educate, Differentiate. There we go. There we go.
Nailed it.
You can't change people's minds. You can only give them the info to help them grow. This is correct. People give you all the information you need about them in order to do business with them. You don't have to look very far. Yeah. I look at grammar sometimes and know exactly who I'm dealing with. Totally. Same applies for my dating life.
Preach.
Yes. There's an article that went viral from Orange County and about some ex-girlfriend that texted this guy and wanted to get back together. And she's like, there are people in this world that mess up. You need to forgive and forget. And his final word was asterisk THER.
Oh, God, yeah.
It was amazing. And the article ended with just one word.
Bad grammar, bad spelling is such a deal breaker.
I can't do it. It totally is. That and dirty purses. I just can't. People like dirty purses. I'm like, her purse is dirty. Could you imagine her house or her car? Like,
oh my God, that's hilarious.
I know. So again, we all have our quirks. So, hashtag single guy problems, right? So, all right, let's see here. We're getting some great feedback. Thanks so much, guys. I know we had to mix it up a little bit. We bring the dog on the show, teach you how to tie a bow tie, the wonderful world of dating. Yeah. And that's like a blab waiting to happen. Like blab topic.
I'm gonna be up for that blab because boy, oh boy, do I have some stories for you.
I'm gonna write a book and it's gonna be titled Tales from the Battlefield.
Oh geez, it's a jungle out there.
It most definitely, it's a dog eat dog world and I'm wearing milk bone underwear. Yes. Absolutely. So you guys are being great down here interacting with us. If you have questions, thoughts, ideas for the show, questions for Sunny D, we're going to be opening up the hot seat in just a couple of minutes. I don't know if Mr. Vincenzo Blabdino, a.k.a. the Guido's in the house, or Fanzo is. But Fanzo, if you're in the house, he just messaged me here. Let's see here.
That's awesome.
Oh, he's recording an interview. He'll be in for a little. He just messaged me on Facebook. He's recording an interview, and he'll be in a little late, and to save him a seat. Okay, hey, Blabdino, I can do that. What about Fanzo? Is Fanzo in the house? Hey, the seat's open now, guys. I was going to open it in about 5 minutes, but go ahead and open it. We're going to mix it up a little. We're going to continue to keep the conversation going on how to monetize your message. How long do you think it takes to monetize your message with social media, Sonny? And I won't hold your feet to the fire because I don't think anybody has a for sure answer. But
I can't keep my credibility and say any sort of time because it depends on every person that comes into it and every brand that comes into it. But if you put the key factors into play, then it'll happen sooner than later. But you also have to understand that monetizing your message, I'm not saying you post a tweet and you make $5. Like, that's not how it works. I'm saying that you need to
I got that email.
Right? You need to build those relationships with your audience and build the trust with them, and then eventually that will convert your fans and followers into customers of whatever product or service you're selling.
Earlier this year, because we've all wrestled with that question. Yeah, what is the ROI of social media since almost its inception, or at least the past 4 or 5 years? But now it's becoming a little bit more relevant. But at the same time, we've got clients we work with the SocialBuzzTV agency that just get it. They come to us and go, listen, we totally need you. You've had that conversation. That's the best. Those are the best clients to work with. Because we totally need you. We get it. We're going to get content. We know it's a race. We got to get in the game. We're doing other kind of marketing. We want to tie social into that. And I finally, when I was talking to my friend that's a publicist here in Miami, I said, how do you bring a monetary value to a rum company? Like, you do events, you get people drunk, you hang out. It's a great brand, very reputable. I get all that. But how can they go, because we hired your firm, it does this? And she said, Sebastian, it's part of the 360 marketing pie. It's just one component of public relations and communications and getting the word out and strategic events and strategic alignments. That's one part. It does not replace the advertising. It does not replace the marketing. It does not replace social media. It doesn't replace any of that. And the light, just like this huge ray of light, and also weight got lifted off my shoulders because I thought, you know what? I'm trying to take on the responsibility for the whole pie, not the work. That's a jack of all trades, master of nothing. Yeah. But I'm trying to take responsibility instead of saying I can only own one piece of this and help you understand how the other pieces tie into this one piece.
Yeah, and I think that's often a misconception. And I think social media people are really hard on social media because it's new. And so they think it's going to be this cure-all for their marketing woes. But at the end of the day, how often do you hear people say, what's the ROI on marketing? You don't hear that very often. You don't want an exact number on what the ROI of marketing is. You want to know how much sales you're producing, what the sales team is doing as a benefit of working in collaboration with the marketing team. But because social media is new, people look at it and they say, okay, what's the ROI of Twitter? What's the ROI of Facebook? What's the ROI of that post? And you can't look at it that way. It's such a small-minded way to look at it.
100%. Somebody just asked, what's the ratio of people on board versus resistant / don't see the need? Like 80-20? Yeah. And 80 don't get it.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure.
I just think that, and I'm a networker just by trade. I mean, I built a brand networking, so I do a tremendous amount of, especially locally here in Miami. Miami's not a big, huge tech city, but we do have a tech community. And it's on the rise, and people are starting to better understand. But it's, at the end of the day, it's fashion, it's the beach, it's South Beach. So I do try to network in the traditional spaces. Yep. In fact, I don't know if you're familiar with BNI, but Business Networking International, where there's one category per chapter. They meet once a week for breakfast or lunch. They've just retained our agency after 4 years to come in and handle social media for the franchise, which has 33 chapters involved in it. So my job is to go around each chapter and just educate, motivate, differentiate on how they can leverage social media for the chapters, et cetera. And that's going to, and the reason I took the deal on, and half of it is me running around town and half of it's actually the agency work. The reason I took that project on is because the people that know the least about social media are the people that are within the confines of those walls of those meetings. Because there's two types of people. They either love traditional networking or you hate it because you just don't know about it. My biggest, the reason I'm the most excited about it is because I help people understand what they don't know that they don't know. But it's not like me being a member of an individual chapter. That's still a tough message. I tried it a couple years ago. It didn't work. Yeah. Now it's, oh, wait a second. Well, the franchise thinks he's qualified enough to bring him on. Maybe we'll see what we can do for our law firm or whatever the case is. And again, if you're not familiar with BNI, it's doctors, lawyers, contractors, plumbers. Very rarely do you have the marketing, advertising, creative, crazy brains like us in the mix. But there's a new sheriff in town, and so I'm excited because I have the opportunity to have the. I always say welcome the old school into the new school because I think that's a consistent conversation that keeps happening.
Oh, totally. Yeah, bridging the gap for sure. Absolutely.
Totally. Let's see here. We got what up, Jonathan? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, hi there, folks. Love the conversation.
Where are you tuning in from?
Reno, Nevada, but I'm not a native.
No. What do you do in Reno, Nevada?
I'm a coder by profession, but I'm head of a startup at the present moment as well. I'm CEO and founder of a startup that provides software solutions for the real estate agent broker market.
Cool. What's it called?
It's called mail-right.com. Mail-right.
Right.
Mail-right. It is specifically for real estate?
Yes, it's aimed at that vertical, yes.
Cool. Send me a tweet because we do some real estate buzz stuff too. Maybe some crossover we can chit chat about.
Yeah, that's. I think you brought up some interesting. I just want to ask you a specific quick question about me, and then a broader question. Maybe do the broader question first. I know this is probably an impossible question, but you said you just taken on this gig with BNI, and you said that a lot of the people in BNI are the people that know the least but really need your help the most. And I totally agree with that. But realistically, how much time do you think that type of individual, the average kind of person that joins the BNI, really has to put into social media per week to get any kind of result from it?
Well, first of all, I don't think that anybody within BNI should have to worry about finding time to do the work because all of them are qualified enough to be able to hire a professional like myself or Sonny. That's first. Second, I think that in the event that they did have somebody in-house to be able to go and do it or share that responsibility, be consistent with it. Find what time each week you're going to write a blog post. sign up for Hootsuite for $6 a month and schedule some posts out, but make sure you're getting notifications and people are emailing you and your notifications pop up when people are talking to you, because half of the conversation is you sending out content, but the other half is responding to comments. And that's the time people say, I don't have time for it. Listen to me. Everyone has time for things that are a priority to us, and responding to your community, talking back to people and providing value to them when your competition may not be doing it, I would think is a priority. What do you think, Sunny?
Yeah, no, I think, it goes back to what I said earlier. I think for sure, if you can outsource social media and get the bulk work of the technical aspects of it done by professionals, then go that route, because it's a waste of your time to be investing in that space if you're not an expert on it already and you're trying to grow your business specifically. But I do think you need to have a good understanding of it, and a good agency that you're working with is going to educate you on all of the key metrics that you need to be measuring, how they're affecting your business, and also the overall strategy. And a big part of the success of any company being involved in social media is employee advocacy. And I know Hootsuite just came out with a new tool that makes employee advocacy a lot easier when you have things that come out like product launches or news about the company or anything like that. It's a simple functionality that allows them to spread that message in an easy way. But yeah, I think it's mostly just about education and understanding it. And then once you understand it, you'll want to put the time and effort into actually executing on it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any specific time amount. I think it's just like find time every day. Don't skip a couple of days or the weekends. I understand, just put a strategy together with content and be consistent with it and make sure you stay in the race. I think the biggest downside to a brand not realizing they need to figure out a way to be able to either outsource it or get it done in-house full time is just putting it in the back seat. And I constantly say that all the time.
I think it's consistency. I always kind of harp on that point, and also understanding which platforms you need to be on and not feeling the need to be on every single one, because that also is not the best use of your time. So really understand and know how every platform works and how it can work for your business. Look at different case studies of businesses and competitors in your same space and see how they're utilizing it, and then kind of go from there.
I get asked by a few people, even though it's not precisely my gig, and I was just checking them, and roughly what you've just said is what I say to them: consistency, look at the competition, be serious about it, don't expect a return straight away. It's a bit like networking in real life, really, isn't it? If you think you're going to get a return straight away by going to the BNI or going to any kind of networking thing, you've got to be pretty either desperate or deluded, haven't you? It takes time, doesn't it?
Yeah,
100%.
I always use that. I don't know who came up with this example, but I always use it when people say, there's auto direct messages on Twitter. So if somebody follows you, you send them an automated direct message. I hate them, but still a lot of people do them, and they'll be like, hey, buy my ebook. So I think about social media in real life terms all the time. So if you're thinking about it in real life terms, would I walk up to you on the street and say, hey, I'm Sunny, it's so nice to meet you. Okay, now buy my ebook. No. You have to figure out the relationship first.
Well, you could, but it'd be weird.
It'd be really weird. And most likely you'd fail every time. So you have to build the relationship and build the trust before anybody's going to buy anything from you.
Yeah. The kind of specific question, obviously, I'm in the agent broker market, and
that's a tough crowd.
It's a pretty direct crowd. You got to be razor sharp. We're sorting out the pricing structure, and I went to the Californian Realtor Expo. I don't think it was last week; it was the week before. I spent 3 days there.
Yeah, that's a big one in the car, right?
Yeah, and I've done a lot of talking. I'm doing a lot of follow through. But how would you utilize? I've noticed that they don't really use Twitter that much, and they tend to use a bit of LinkedIn, but not that much. It only seems to be Facebook. But the problem with Facebook, most of their engagement is through their personal profile. They don't do that. A lot of them are not that proactive on their Facebook page. So if you were trying to touch them through social media, you got any suggestions or thoughts?
Are you talking about realtors?
Realtors and brokers, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to reach out to realtors on social media because they're too busy talking about themselves. Did I say that?
Preach.
So it's very tough to reach a narcissist, and I have a lot of realtor friends, but my message is the same with them, and they know where I stand with it all. I mean, obviously they have all the answers. They're selling houses, and they don't need anything on our side of the fence. But that's just been my experience. I could be wrong, because I used to think the same about attorneys, and we found a real good niche with attorneys now that they're not petrified of social media. They see it as a tool and want to be able to leverage it. They're like, maybe we can utilize this now. So there's still hope for the realtors, but I don't know if maybe they're not on Twitter. I mean, I bet very rarely do I meet a realtor that has a strong social media, because they depend on Sotheby's or Keller Williams or these other technology advanced companies, brands, giving the realtors iPads and whatnot and their own website and links, and everything's branded to benefit the brokerage, but not the individual. And my conversation with that individual is people are making the single biggest financial decision they will ever make in their entire life, and they're making it with you. They're buying from you. You hang your license in the office, but they're buying from you. So why you wouldn't become a go-to source for what you do by leveraging social media and educating people and motivating people and differentiating yourself within the real estate, because there's so much space. I mean, there's so much noise happening specifically within that vertical. I don't know where to find those guys. I would find those guys at CAR and at NAR and where they hang out. And you've got their attention when they're off the market, if you will. So that was a smart move going to CAR. But I would actually, as you meet people, say, are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Are you on LinkedIn? I know that a majority of the realtors I know are on LinkedIn. Some of them are actually posting real estate listings on LinkedIn, which is some shit I'll never understand, but that's just me. But I don't know where to find them. I would find them in person where you're finding them right now, and then connect with them. Ask them where they're at online. You're going to have to the guerrilla approach a little bit. Where I know if you scan business cards with Evernote and it picks up their email address, it'll actually send them a LinkedIn invitation in addition to your contact information. So that was a fun little fact if you didn't know, a little technology hack there. Did you know that, Sonny?
No, I didn't know that. I was just going to say on the Twitter note, though, it is a really powerful tool for realtors. I've worked with realtors in the past, strictly from third-party apps, and being able to target specific regions with different kinds of tools like TweetDeck or Hootsuite or whatever, setting up those geographic search streams and using different keywords to initiate the first point of contact with a potential client, not trying to sell to them, but trying to educate them or add a little value to their life. And then also, I think Instagram is a hugely beneficial tool for realtors as well. So those two I kind of highly recommend.
Cool. Hi, guys, by the way. Thank you for letting me in. Sorry.
Hey, what's up, Anthony?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Hold on. It's not your turn yet. So,
okay.
Jonathan, we launched a product here called Real Estate Buzz, and it was conceptualized because I have a buddy of mine that works with Sotheby's Real Estate, and he's got a really cool brand. He's got a couple cool listings, and he shows an interest and goes, "Listen, I totally get what you're doing. Like this is what I'm currently doing." And it was the extent of local advertising for realtors with an HD video, a short video, and some pictures, and then sharing it through their personal Facebook page or the brand page that they've set up. And that really was the extent of it. And I'm like, hold on a second. Do you know about this live streaming stuff? I mean, do you know about the ability to be able to have a storyteller in front of a camera talking about something, not just about you? Of course, you're going to be involved with that content, but you get a dude with a bow tie running around the house doing a tour. It adds a different element, and it also increases your credibility because you're like, wait a second. They're not doing the norm of just hammering a sign in there. They're doing different stuff. So we did a proof of concept at one of his listings, actually two of them. And it was a Saturday morning. He had an open house, and we periscoped the open house. And it worked out perfect. Like he's got the whole brand going. He used to be an Abercrombie model. Like he's got this whole program going, right? So I'm like, you need to leverage the fact that you're not afraid to be on camera, and then you've got a really good, appealing brand. So he did the actual tour, and then I just chimed in couldn't see me obviously because we were periscoping. Then we took that, he put it on his YouTube channel, he created a blog post out of it, and then I shot an HD video recap and some photos and put together an album. That was all done on smartphones and gave him the footage. And then from there, we approached several realtors with the same concept that, hey, we can create buzz for your brand, content for your brand, help you better tell the story. And it was just crickets. I mean, I continue to have the conversation, but I don't want to sit here and sell realtors. I want realtors to see something and go, That's awesome. I need that. And something's not clicking yet in the real estate industry. And I think just because everybody's too busy cashing checks right now, because the market is thriving at the moment, that once it starts to adjust a little bit, I think we might have their attention a little bit more. But the reason I say that is not to just plug Real Estate Buzz. I'm doing that because it's my show. It's to help you understand kind of the stuff, that the wheels that are spinning in my head on what value can be added for realtors. So based on what you have. Yarby's in the house.
Yarby. Yarby for a while.
Hey, Jonathan, send me a tweet. I'd love to connect with you and learn more about your platform and be of a resource to you, if anything.
That's great. I think that would really be fantastic. Maybe we can have a quick Skype chat. It's always good to have new people in your network, isn't it?
100%. 100%. Your network equals your net worth.
2 words. Thanks for that, folks. Speak to you soon.
Hey, thanks, Jonathan. Send me a tweet, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. All right, Anthony, it's your turn.
I'm number 34. Are you serving me now? Wow. Hey, listen, you should let Vincenzo in here. He's a much better looking guy than me. I'm sure you'll give him.
I'm just waiting for him to show up to the party.
Your accent is incredible. Where are you from?
I'm just waiting for him to show up. Well.
There we go. I told you.
Vinny, it's really nice of you to join us.
Hey, Vinny, beat you. I already had my lunch.
Thanks so much for showing up.
He's finishing his meatball sub.
That joke's old. That joke's real old, bro.
And
I've never talked about meatballs and Guidos before.
Italian pride.
What's going on, Vin?
Hey, what's going on, Anthony?
I'm good, brother. Nice to see you.
Hey, Vinny, welcome to the show. Actually, this show's all your fault, really.
That's good. The show is my fault. So I have like this glare right in my face. Here, let me move here.
All right, so here's my thing, Vin. Let me hold on. I'm gonna let you, because Vincenzo's the man, by the way. Make sure you
go for it.
Follow him. He's the man.
I know he's on my show,
dude. So I can go see him anytime I want. So, the reason why I wanted to pop it. Stop, Vin. The reason why I wanted to pop it.
Anthony, you still haven't answered my question, and I know it's like becoming a bit of a boys' club, but where are you from?
I'm in Connecticut. I'm in Greenwich.
Okay, amazing accent. Continue.
Connecticut.
This is natural too. This is all me.
Are you Italian?
What?
Are you Italian?
Yes.
Have you ever been to the Jersey Shore to fist bump?
No. I'm a little too old for that.
Do you do GTL?
If I tell you my age, you probably wouldn't believe me. I'm a little too old for that. I'll let that one go. So,
well,
the reason why I wanted to pop in is you guys talking about real estate and using using social media platforms. I was on a blab last night with a gentleman, and I totally wigged out. I don't know his name, but he was using Periscope for his real estate business, and I think he's Vin. You probably know who he is. He's using Periscope and Blab for a lot of his real estate listings, and I thought it was pretty innovative.
Is it Jean Richet in Canada?
No, he's down under. I think Ryan's his social media guy. So anyway, he was posting up these live feed Periscopes, showing his different properties, and you can see the comments flying through, and then. But what I'm saying is, my point is, you're saying, well, these real estate guys don't know any better. Well, let me just tell you something, okay? I'm not a real estate guy. But the 4 real estate guys I do know that are really, really good are hopping all over this thing like nobody's business. Because the guys that are the 1%ers, the guys that are 1%ers, it's oozing out of their skin. Get me a camera, give me a phone. I want to do this stuff. I got 4 guys in my town. I show them this video, and they go, Anthony, who is this? I said, listen, I'm just passing it along, but you guys need to be online, live streaming all the time, anywhere, anytime, commercial, residential property, industrial, and they're doing, why no?
I don't agree with that either.
You're just adding to the noise.
No. Wait. Why is it noise?
Because, okay, here we go. Back to your original point. I am all for using all of the different tools out there if they work for your business. And absolutely, it's a visual space. Real estate is a visual space. You should be using Instagram. You should be using YouTube. You should be creating video content. You should be using things like live streaming to allow people who aren't able to maybe make it to a showing to see what the house looks like and creating that idea of FOMO or whatever else. Okay. But I am not a fan of creating content for the sake of creating content and live streaming for the sake of live streaming.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Hold on. All right, let me back up. No,
you just said
that's not what I meant.
Anytime you can, and I'm totally.
I misspoke then. Let me clarify. What I wanted to say was, if you connect with a very specific group of people, or you have buyers that can't make it, you can use the technology for your specified audience. I'm not saying throw content. That's like technology for the sake of technology. That's like, let me download 100 apps just to say I have them. I'm not saying that. I'm saying,
always serve an objective and always have a strategy for whatever it is that you're doing.
No, I agree.
No, yeah, exactly. There's the lesson, Anthony.
See you later.
what you're saying is valid, but there's got to be a strategy involved with it. That's all.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't, tell me how's the hallway look there at school now that Sonny brought you there?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hey, but
No.
let me clarify. I'm not a social media person. I'm a business owner. So you guys,
You're right. That's incorrect. That's incorrect. You're on the show right now. You are a social media user. The end.
You are a social media person. Everybody.
I am, but I look to monetize everything, by the way.
There you go. I can tell.
I monetize everything.
I'm surprised I haven't bought anything from you in this last 5 minutes.
It's okay. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with all that. I'm really okay with that.
Remember, it's not about monetizing everything. It's about monetizing the things that you can and allowing the other elements, i.e. PR, communication, social media, to be able to complement and be able to provide or amplify, rather, your message. It's not always how tit for tat.
No. It's about creating raving fans. That's what it is. I'm a raving fan guy. Raving fans. If I have 20 raving fans and I do well, I don't need a billion raving fans. If I get 20, I'm good.
Well, you do, but it's you don't have to have them. Right?
Well, I'd like to. It'd be nice. Have more.
Hey, thanks so much for
thanks for having me in, guys. It's all spiced up here now.
Hey, now go close the deal. We got you all fired up here.
Okay, yeah, you good luck with that. Hey, Vin, good seeing you, man. Take care. Bye, Sonny. Nice to meet you.
Bye, nice to meet you as well.
So, Sonny D for the win. Where is
So quiet. What's going on? Do you want to talk about it? What's happening with you right now? Why are you so quiet? It's freaking me out.
Do you want to talk about it?
I was just being respectful of everybody else's time and letting them speak. Sorry. Next time I'll be sure to just interrupt everybody.
Where's Fanzo at? Fanzo said he was going to be up in the party too. Here we were trying to get
probably live streaming his eating a sandwich or something.
No, he said he would jump on. I saw Yarby. Yarby's in here. Yarby, can you jump in, buddy? I haven't seen you in a minute. Weren't you and Yarby running around Tampa a couple weeks ago for Social Fresh, Vinny?
Running or biking around with no shirts on, yes.
Oh my!
Is that biking with no shirts on? Yarby.
I have a shirt on. I can take it off if you like this, Sebastian.
Yeah. Please do. I would enjoy that.
I don't like you like that, dog.
Nothing.
Send me shirtless snaps, please.
Yeah, please.
That list is growing quickly. Good Lord.
Yeah. What's up, Yarby? What are you up to, buddy?
Man, just working on a little project for Social Fresh. Got Vincenzo and I doing some stuff this morning. Working with the great Nick Cicero on some Snapchat stuff, and just coming down from the conference high. We just wrapped that up 3 weeks ago.
And how was that? I had some serious FOMO. I didn't make it this year. That might have been the second Social Fresh I've ever missed.
Yeah, and you're part of most of the trailers that we have for it. It's weird not having you there.
Yeah, it's cool. I know. Hey, what are you gonna do? Maybe next time.
Yeah,
Vincenzo took my job.
Well, I mean, he is.
I am a
Guido. Being this is the first time they ever periscoped, that's probably not the truth.
I guess I eat meatball subs and I'm a Guido and I have gel in my hair and I fist pump down to Jersey Shore. That's what they wanted, Sebastian. They wanted somebody with hair.
And you Snapchat your abs.
We're just spreading the love.
So somebody just asked a question. Since the average Joe can't handle social media, what would be the top 5 tools for people to use? Please don't say Facebook. Oh, the tool question. Well, the number one tool people can use is their brain. That's not too common these days. What do you guys think?
Wow. For me, as far as what I use to build my brand and even my local business here was Twitter. I'm always going to default to Twitter.
I sound biased, but I always say Hootsuite just for organizing everything and also making things more efficient.
I don't like that.
I've stopped just using TweetDeck altogether. I find myself just using Twitter now. I don't know why or how that's happened, but I was a solid TweetDeck user. We have Sprout Social, but I always just go straight to twitter.com. I don't know where or how that started, but
yeah, I do too. And I used to be straight Hootsuite, and now I kind of mix it up depending on what I'm doing, what kind of content I'm producing.
Yeah, depending on what client I'm working with.
Yeah, all those answers are great. but I still think Facebook is the way to go. And I know somebody said, please don't say Facebook. I
You're
mean,
not supposed to say it.
no, I just think it's idiotic to ignore it. And I don't know who asked the question. Hold on. Corey. Twitter is growing in users because of Periscope. That's not true. That's false.
I would say because of Blab, maybe. They're
Twitter,
not growing, but my following is.
Your following is. But you're just discovering different people on Twitter already. Facebook is still by far used the most. Twitter has the most inactive accounts. Periscope has a ton of inactive accounts because people are signing up for it and not using it. I'm still saying Facebook is, and I wrote an article about Facebook Live, how it would crush any other live stream platform once it came out.
No.
I thought he was talking to me. I was backhanded.
I was like, whoa.
I was like, Yarby, you guys got tight that weekend out there in Tampa, huh?
We did. I cracked the whip on that boy.
But I had to mute. My dog was barking. I didn't hear what he said.
That's what happened to Lincoln
I would
Noodle.
agree with you on that, Ben. Are you finished? Can I go?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, okay. I would agree with you on that for sure. And I do think Facebook is trying to take over the internet for sure on every single account, especially when it comes to video. And they now are introducing a search functionality to go after YouTube head to head. And YouTube is they're putting more emphasis on doing ads for videos to gain more views, which is something that Facebook definitely does as well. So they're going head to head. And I know Facebook obviously has the biggest reach. They hit 1 billion users in one day about a month ago. So if you're looking for a wide audience and active users, Facebook is the way to go. You just have to realize that it's also definitely become a pay-to-play platform. For me, YouTube has been the most beneficial strictly because I've been very strategic with every video I've uploaded, and anybody can do that in any industry. But yeah, I mean, Facebook is obviously the OG.
Corey, you said you have 2.3 million followers on Facebook.
On Facebook and only have.
What do you do, Corey?
Yeah, I know. What do you do? Because I don't even know why you're playing in our sandbox. Jeez, dude.
Yeah, 2.3. And this is one of the top shows on Blab. Someone said it earlier, Vinny.
What's that?
Someone said this is one of the top shows on Blab. Just check the comments.
Well, geez, they must be blind or deaf.
You guys have a very strange relationship. Can I just say, I don't really understand what's happening here. But
Corey, so here's my point. That you're incorrectly targeting. There's got to be something. Because you should not be able to. Yes, organic reach, absolutely. You're getting screwed, but everybody's getting screwed. Have you tried to run ads on Twitter?
Except Facebook.
Yeah, right. Have you tried to run ads on Twitter? Like, that's the other issue. If you're comparing it to Twitter, if you're trying to compare it to Twitter, then I would disagree. If you are spending $1,000 a week in ad, here's the thing: if you have 2.3 million followers, $1,000 in ads is probably not a lot of money, either.
make it rain.
Like you should, if those are like Josh said, if those are quality followers, and I'm not suggesting you bought them at all. That's not what I'm saying. But if those are quality followers, you should be able to engage them without having to spend a ton.
2.5 million people is a lot of people.
That's a lot of freaking people.
Yeah.
How did you get 2 million people? I want to know.
But it also depends on, I think people forget. I think people automatically go to, okay, you're going to have to pay to get your reach up there or whatever. But it also comes down to the basics of social media, which is what kind of content are you posting? Does your audience give a shit about what you're posting? Because if they don't, you're obviously not getting any engagement. Therefore, you're not getting any reach. So, and are you consistent in posting content? Because if you're consistent on Facebook, Facebook does reward you with a bit of a improved algorithm as far as your content showing up in the newsfeed. So I think go back to that and look at your content strategy on Facebook, and maybe that has something to do with it as well, because money doesn't solve all problems for sure. And shelling out $1,000 a week on ads just to get your content seen seems a little insane to me, unless you have a very targeted objective for that.
Right, and I think I've seen a lot of stuff recently that if you're just trying to push something, like if you're just dropping a link in your post, then you're going to lose a lot less eyeballs, a lot less views on that, as well as opposed to just dropping a link in the comments after you've made the post. I've seen a few people testing that out and talking about that, and it's actually showing results and working.
So how come Facebook hasn't figured that out yet? That's my whole deal.
What do you mean?
If they don't like links and it affects how your search results or how you show up, how come and there seems to be a hack to throw the link in the comments. How come Facebook hasn't figured that out yet?
Not really a hack. I think Facebook has figured it out because they're making video the number one type of content on the platform right now. And the reason they're doing that is because they want advertisers to spend more money on creating video ads. So they have figured it out. The reason that video is performing so well is because Facebook said so. And the reason that photos perform better than links is because it takes up more real estate. And that's just strictly from a visual perspective. If you're going through the news feed with all that clutter, you're going to stop on something that's not just a link. And actually it takes up some real estate and makes your eyes go directly to it. So Facebook is the reason that it's working that way.
She is smart. My goodness, Vinny, you were right yesterday. I mean, I already knew that, but like way smarter than all of us.
I don't even have to talk in this blab. I get credit and love just by sitting here. So
I'm like, I'm taking notes on my own show. Like,
you should be. You should be. Sonny is intelligent. I told you she was freaking smart.
Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it.
And if you want to see Sonny talk some more and drop some more knowledge, you can check her out on my podcast. I just dropped it.
Nice flag.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
It was coming.
Yeah. That's why I didn't talk much. That's why I didn't talk much.
I'm sorry, I was preparing the link for my brand new show with Sonny D on it. Yeah. Where'd he go? I didn't throw him.
He might drop. Bye, Arby.
Bye, Arby. Thanks for stopping by, bud. Good to see you, man.
That was hilarious.
Where did Vinny go?
You did a nice job, dude. Just
hey,
there he is. He's back.
Yeah, keep dropping links. See if you stay in that seat, son.
You didn't kick me out. I left.
Next time I come in there, I'm cracking skulls.
Oh my god, it's all love. Just share the love.
I'm gonna fist bump you to death.
Whatever happened to Fanzo? Who else wants to jump in the hot seat here? We got just a couple more minutes left.
I want to meet Corey Holloman. I mean, 2.3 million followers. Like that shit's
Hey Corey, can you jump in? Can you jump in the seat real quick and tell us how you got to 2.5 million followers? We are very curious here.
I'd like to know. And also, drop a link to your Facebook page because
he did. Facebook.com/Corey Holloman.
Your camera's busted. Oh, not the old camera, but what happened to Sonny? Did you throw her out, Vinny? Nice.
Sonny! Yes, you can do it from mobile, Corey. Wait, where's Sonny?
There she is.
No, that's not. I'm not Sonny. Oh,
I know.
Yeah, we know.
You are clearly not Sonny, Jed.
Thank the Lord you're not Sonny. No offense, Jed. I love you, but
no, Jed, you're not gallivanting around the country at another conference or event. My goodness, buddy. I thought I got around a lot.
Saving up for my Social Fresh tickets.
Round, get around. I get around.
Get around. Yeah, but what's up, dude? How you been?
I get around.
Good, man. Good. Loving this blab, man. Sonny just dropping knowledge bombs left and right.
Thanks, Jed.
Not sure what Vincenzo's doing here, but
I'm just sitting here. I just wanted to look at Sonny for a little bit.
He's blab.
She keeps blowing me off, so I figured I had to come see her somehow.
Wow,
really?
Holy cow. That's about as real as I've ever heard the conversation get there. I had to Vinny is right if
I think the last moment I had with Sonny was singing Jason Derulo at 7:00 in the morning in an Uber.
I believe it was.
Yeah, that was it. And then I never saw her ever again.
Well, we'll talk about this later, mister.
Yeah, really. Oh my good. That was a what's it called? Whose dog is that? Is that yours, Vinny?
My little brat.
That is your dog. So yeah, let's speaking of that, let's wrap things up real quick just by talking about Taste the Change. It seemed like just yesterday, but it was several months ago. And I think they got some more stuff planned for the future too, but all right, the dog.
It's not my dog.
It's not your dog?
I don't have a dog, so I don't know.
Lincoln's sleeping.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 hours after work. So get out and go.
That was weird. Vinny knows how to use Lab.
Right now. Someone's watching my Snapchat. You are.
That's creepy. That's creepy.
Really creepy.
There's a random dog barking. Where's the dog at?
You guys go.
Okay, how about now?
There you go. That's better. No.
Can you hear me better?
Hey, look at me. Yep.
Okay, it was just my microphone input. It was selected wrong.
It's really tripping me out that you're watching my Snapchat right now.
So wait a second. Your microphone wasn't plugged in, so that makes a random dog bark?
No. I have a mixer. So what was happening was I was lowering the volume on the mixer, trying to mute my sound, but my computer was still picking up the sound. I wasn't. Now, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. We can also just hear this dog.
The dog's going banana. The dog's stealing the show. Yeah, the dog is stealing the show.
Jed, I feel bad. What did you wanna ask?
There we go.
What's up?
Nothing. I came in to give Vincenzo a hard time and to thank you for sharing some great knowledge and tell people to check you out on the Snapchat because it's awesome. Pimp out your Snapchat for you.
What's your Snapchat handle? I'm actually adding you right now.
Sonny Lendarduzzi.
I don't even have to talk. This is awesome.
Boom.
It's not. Are you addable?
Yes,
is that a word?
And I'm Sonny Lendarduzzi on everything across the board.
I know. I am too. I'll never understand people that don't have the same name on all of them.
Well, I mean, it's cool when you have a unique name.
True.
Sucks when you're John Smith.
Memories.
This is the last moment I ever had.
We're having a moment right now. Oh my
god. Notice the sunglasses.
Yeah, that's because we, I think, got in pretty much the same time we left.
We celebrated the night before with Brian Fanzo. Yeah.
That was pretty intense. Anyway, sorry. I shot the dog. She's gone.
Shot the dog.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. She's upstairs somewhere barking at like the mailman.
Oh my god.
What is this? What is this? Awesome people in this room. Please fill out your details here when you get a chance. What is that?
That's a Google spreadsheet that Mark created earlier today for people who want to kind of network with other people who are on Blab.
Sure.
So
okay,
it's
cool.
a place where you can go and share some other social sites that you're on and give people an opportunity to reach out to you on other platforms.
So Mark is not selling a course, if I'm understanding things correctly.
No, he's not selling anything. No.
I'm just being. I see a lot of groups popping up on Blab as of late for the Blab community, which is cool. My only question, what's that?
You mean Facebook groups?
Yeah,
yeah,
Facebook groups, which are great and are great resources. But and again, back to noise. At what point in time are these Blabs are these groups just going to be utilized to say, hey, my show's on, hey, check out my show, hey, check out my show?
Well,
I think it's quickly getting to that versus talking about being strategic and providing resources into the Blab community to get creative.
I thought we were talking about Taste of Change.
We are too, but then I just had to segue in there. Look, squirrel.
No, I found some of the Blab groups to be pretty interesting, talking about not talking about like, here's my show, let's pimp it. Talking about things going on with Blab, features they'd like to see, things going on with Furkan and Sean and tips people would like to share with them. I think there'll also be an opportunity in the future for more events focused on the platform. I know there was a Blab up that kind of flopped, but I think there will be some bigger events in the future that are going to be focused on the platform that'll be fun to have a place to talk.
Was that yesterday, Jet, with Vincent in Arizona?
No, that was last Saturday with Tyler Anderson and I don't know, whoever in San Francisco.
Well, the best part about a social media meetup that if it flops, it's probably at a bar. So it's like, it flopped. Better not next time. We got some social media peeps. Let's drink.
That was it.
Yeah.
And they had a couple of screens at the bar with some random Blabs being shown. So doesn't sound like a very exciting time. Sit around a bar and point at people on.
Yes, sir. Make it a
on
double.
The Blab.
Yeah, well, I like the way that I like the strategy internally from Blab that that they've had from the get-go, and that is being involved in the community, being up in the community, not just watching from afar, but actively being a part of it, and then actually taking that feedback and implementing it into the ongoing development of platforms.
Yeah, I agree. Totally.
I give Sean and his team 5 out of 5 bow ties over there at Blab. Can you pass the word on? I know you were hanging out there a few weeks ago.
Please don't. No one wants bow ties.
You need a bow tie, Guido.
I have suspenders. That's where I cut. That's where I draw the line.
Suspenders are good.
See?
What you do is you get suspenders and a bow tie.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
I'll wear suspenders the next time I see Sonny, so I guess that's never going to happen. I'm sorry. I guess I'm going to wear a bow tie the next time I see Sonny, so that'll never happen.
I thought you were flying to see you on the 5th of Never.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know it.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
So what are we talking about here with...
Hey, let's talk about
Vinny,
Taste the Change.
real quick. Yeah, we're talking about...
Thank you, Jed. I really like you, Jed.
All right, so a lot of people probably don't know how that whole thing started and how it all came about. I just asked Brian Fanzo how I can support, and next thing I know, Vinny called me the next morning, and I was at the local Applebee's here streaming away. So that's how I got into the mix. I think the initial relationship is with Vincenzo and his ongoing, up-and-coming, on-the-map Guido ways of social media marketing through live streaming. That's his mission statement, by the way. So anyway, yeah, it was a great campaign. I'm still puzzled on how in the world they took my live Periscope and dropped it into. Yep, there it is, right there.
That was
dropped it into the live stream on here. But Vinny, how did it all start?
What exactly?
Like the whole campaign.
It's actually funny. I just interviewed Jonathan Brewer, who is the senior account executive on Applebee's, and I just interviewed him for something with Social Fresh, and that took 24 days for them to plan and execute, which is kind of crazy. How did it start? It started with them saying, well, we got a new menu and let's do something different. So when Jason Derulo met me in Times Square, no one picked up on that one. That was actually good. That's just funny. Anyway.
Big name dropper.
I got it now. It took me a second.
Yeah, I figured. When we did the first one, it was a testing, and they were like, wow, this is fantastic. We're giving a behind-the-scenes look. We're allowing people to see what's going on that can't be in New York City. So when they planned on doing a nationwide launch of the Taste of the Change, and here's the new menu, here's what we're doing, and they wanted to give away free appetizers, they were like, how can we do this like huge? And they said, well, live stream was perfect because now we can get people in different locations like yourself, Sebastian, and there was people all over the country that went to their local Applebee's. They can experience Applebee's, but now they're also showing others, right? So for them, it was like giving back to their own communities and also showing off their local stores, showing off their local, regional. Like you happen to have the district or the regional manager in there?
Yes, I did actually. Yeah, here in the Doral.
Yeah,
location.
so like you had an opportunity to show off this location, not only for the franchisee, but the district manager, for Applebee's, the brand. So we did that in 25 different locations. And then Sonny, myself, and Brian Fanzo were in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we were kind of hosting the live stream. We had 4 or 5 cameras in front of us, including 2 like 4K, super duper cameras, like whole production. And
the super duper.
What they were doing behind the scenes was they were taking each stream as it was going live. So when you went live, Sebastian, on Periscope, they pulled it up on where the hell did they pull it up? They pulled it up on like the website. No, it was a legit production room, Craig. This was a legit production, and you can ask Sonny. Sonny would know. It was a legitimate production room.
Yeah,
there was a production team there.
Yep.
There was a production team in the house, and they were pulling from the web the streams, and they were putting them right onto the Applebee's website, laced in with our live hosting. It was just really, really cool. I have to say, it was like
such an incredible experience.
I had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. I did bring a few peeps with me here at the Miami location. The best part is that the police didn't show up. Did I just say that?
Yeah, you did. We're going to stop talking about that right this second.
Wow. All right. Well, usually I walk into a restaurant with a bow tie, the police could show up. All right. So
I thought it was just the
plot
face.
twist.
I thought it was just the face, but
So anyhow, yeah, plot twist. Wow, that's a whole nother blab,
That's
really. Though.
never blab. That's not.
thank you, son.
No, not about that. I'm talking about when yeah.
Hashtag never blab.
Hashtag never blab that. Hashtag never blab that. That's
Never blab that.
So
Thanks
anyhow,
for whoever's giving
okay.
me all
So
these
overall,
feels. Thank you.
Someone's got a crush on you, man.
Yeah, it's good. At least someone does.
Wow.
Bree, thank you, Bree.
So,
Subtlety, not his strong suit.
So
I'm not trying to be subtle.
You are getting a lot of feels there, buddy.
It's probably Sebastian on his other account.
So, that's Sonny doing that, isn't it?
There you go.
Oh, it's not. It's somebody else. I thought that was Sonny doing it the whole time.
This girl's picture is way hotter. I don't know who she is, but kudos to you, girl.
Reveal yourself, feeler.
Sending all the feels.
What's up, Alex? Thanks for the
So
feels.
what was the what was the overall outcome with the campaign impressions, success of the campaign? What was Applebee's overall thought? In addition to what was the second one? So obviously they liked the first one in Times Square with Jason Derulo, and did you guys get that one?
Wasn't funny.
You don't laugh at my jokes anymore, Guido. You laugh at me, not with me.
You know it.
But what was the overall outcome from Applebee's standpoint?
I mean, there was a billion timeline impressions, or timeline deliveries, whatever you want to call it. And they haven't ever told us the actual numbers of the store, but I know that, like, right from the top, president of Applebee's has said this was very successful. So whatever success was for them, which success for them was driving traffic into the store. I just don't have the numbers of what that increase was. But whatever that success number was, they hit it and went way beyond. So I don't know because I can't comment on it.
Fair enough.
Or I can't comment on it because I don't know.
But I think like one of the things, it's not generally something that is a key metric that you look at for success in like long term, but we're still getting comments. We're still getting people talking about it. We're still getting tweets. Someone sent us a tweet this weekend and said, hey, I'm at an Applebee's thinking of Ben, Brian, and myself. And I think that proves how powerful it was and how effective it was because people are still talking about it. And that was in July. So it's been months and it's still resonating with people. And just the brand equity for Applebee's is so huge because I think it reminds people to go to an Applebee's when they see one.
Yeah, I'd just like to comment that I think Vincenzo's like low playing his game here because I actually had a conversation with Amanda Haidt. For those who don't know, she's the head of BTC Revolutions. Right, she's the president, right?
She's the founder, owner.
Yeah, and so she was sharing with Brian and I her view on what was happening during that event through that campaign. And again, she didn't mention specific numbers like Vincenzo said, but the words she used to describe it was they blew away all of Applebee's expectations for the event, just blown away. So that's a huge thing when you come up with a campaign and the results are characterized as they blew them away. So that's awesome. That is really fantastic. It really was a groundbreaking event for sure. I think looking back 5-10 years from now, I think people may look back to that event as one of the keystone events where social came in to the mainstream as in terms of being integrated into these major campaigns.
I would agree.
So congratulations, you guys. Awesome job.
For sure.
I'm over here, son.
This side. Why? Oh, it's flipped for me. This side. Mostly Ben, honestly. I'm not just saying
the
that.
best.
I'm not just saying that. I put a lot more effort into it and into the planning of it. And I was just thrilled to be a part of it. It was a huge learning opportunity for me. And it was, just an incredible campaign.
But also, so one more last comment on it. One of the things that I don't think was clear to a lot of people, and he's way, 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 way too humble to even. He's going to get mad at me for bringing this up, but I just want to go back to the very beginning, Sebastian, that you mentioned. Vincenzo pulled all of these parts together. So just so everybody knows, everybody in the audience here and everybody on Blab knows, this was Vincenzo pulling these parts together and putting them into place. And so I'm really proud of my friend Vincenzo here for doing a fantastic job.
Thanks, Jay.
And I just want him to get the credit he deserves for putting these together. I don't want to detract from anything that Brian and Sonny did, because they made it happen, and he knew they would make it happen. And I think his orchestrating and pulling in people that he knew complemented him well and fit the brand really shows his capabilities as somebody who can put on a big brand event like this. So congrats.
Well, that's why his phone's ringing and he's gallivanting around the country live streaming. You better get some, Guido.
I try. That is what I try to do daily.
There's no try, Guido. Do or do not.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, seriously though. So I need to thank you, Jed, for that. I hated every minute of it, but
you were sitting next to Sonny, liar. You didn't.
No, I hated every minute of what he just said.
Oh, got it.
Sonny. So I had the opportunity of running that campaign without anybody else, and I instantly thought of bringing some people on board like Sonny and Brian, because it was just better for the overall good of the community, like the live streaming community, and live stream and social broadcasting, like Sonny, that's her title. So it just made a lot of sense to bring some more people on board. And I'll have to say that, like, for people that are looking to do live streaming, sometimes don't just look at the bottom. Don't look at the dollar sign at the end, because like I could have taken a pretty solid payday for that, and I took one anyway, but I could have taken a 3 times the amount solid payday, but I chose not to, and I brought other people in. So remember that whenever you're doing stuff like this, make sure that you think long term, and if you want to, because a lot of people are like, oh, like Sebastian, I'm not knocking what you just said.
Vinny's favorite song.
Oh my God, that's my ringtone, people.
We're having a Sunny moment.
I've had a lot of those, but
whoa, buddy!
So,
wow,
what? The sun is out.
This. All right, back to what we were talking about.
I was saying that, like, Sebastian, a lot of people are like, oh, you're always going all over. You're always doing this live stream, and yeah, I am. But I also remember that it's not a solo show. Like, at the end of the day, if I want this to be long term and I want there to be more opportunity there, I need to work well with others. I need to play well with others. And it was, to me, there was more of a learning experience working with Sonny and Brian on it than it was just when I did the one in New York, where I was by myself. I mean, it was great in New York City, don't get me wrong, and I had free reign of whatever I wanted to do. But for me, it was more fun, and I think it was more impactful for the community that was watching and for the brand, for to have me, Brian, and Sonny, and we got to banter. We got to talk to each other. It was more than just like, hi, this is Vincenzo Landino of the 5 o'clock news, and today we're bringing to you 1 million impressions and blah blah blah. Like, there was so much more to it.
That would have been a long day.
I can do it.
Watching you eat all of those.
I think it was just more fun. I think it was just more fun.
Hey, Vinny,
that way.
You just got hit on in the comments.
Oh.
Bree thinks that you're really cute.
Oh, thank you, Bree.
I want to know what high school Bree is at.
He'll be DMing you right after the show, Bree. Don't
No,
worry.
Will you type in the name of the high school that you go to? I'd be curious. I'm not going to stalk you or anything. Just curious.
She probably knows Sebastian. Let's face it.
She probably knows Sonny.
I don't know.
Pretty girls flock together, don't they? That's what I tell my daughter. Hang out with the pretty girls, the pretty smart girls. They're going places. She's like, Dad, that's so not nice. I'm like, well, you gotta flaunt it. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap things up here because we've been rocking and rolling for quite some time. I see a few friends that are in the house here. Martin Shervington's in the house from the UK. What's up, buddy? Thanks for jumping on. Owen Hemsass in the house. Recently announced cancer-free life wins. Owen Hemsass in the house. Keep rocking, buddy. Jed Vinny, thanks so much for being here. Sonny, thank you so much for spending 90 minutes of your day with myself. And we'll try to keep Vinny at bay here. This is like a social media, I
think I can handle myself. If you don't remember earlier, I think I can handle myself.
Wow. I'm a little scared of her now. That's awesome. If you don't remember earlier. Yes, I do. I still remember the distinct pain on the walls inside the school.
She can handle herself.
Totally can. Well, hey, thanks so much, everybody, for joining in. This has been the Social Media Suck Show. I'm your host, Sebastian Russ. We do this each and every week at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesdays. Make sure you follow all my friends. Sonny, put a link to your website, please.
My website. Put a link to
her website currently is just a landing page.
My new website, though, I'm so excited about it. My new website will be up on November 1st. It's been a lot of effort, and it's going to be effing awesome. So make sure.
All right, but can't people join your list now so that they know about your site later on?
They sure can. They sure can. Stand by. You know what? Actually, here's what I'm going to do.
I get the best emails from Sonny. Like, I got one the other day, and it was like, do you feel naked? And I'm like...
I try and have a catchy little subject line and all.
Those subject lines do work. No, all kidding aside, I was at... where was I at? Oh, I was at Digital Marketers Traffic and Conversion Summit, and I met a lady that was a sex, not a therapist, but that's what she writes about, sex. Like her subject lines, and it's like educational, but her subject lines are like, but they're not, but they get your attention like in an educational way, but it is all about headlines.
Okay, so I'm putting a link right now to, so my main jam is YouTube. That's my favorite channel. I post new videos every Tuesday. So what I'm doing
too late, I beat you.
The comments section is a link to the Views While You Snooze checklist. So figuring out how to use YouTube for...
okay.
There you go.
While you snooze.
There we go.
Views while you snooze.
While you snooze.
With Lendarduzzi.
I should have added that in there. That's good.
I know.
That was a good one.
That is good. That is good. All right, friends. Hey, thanks again, guys. We'll see you real soon.
Thank you.